How are you doing, everyone? It's me, TheDomotaku, and today we're talking about the newest episode for Violet Evergarden, episode 2. So, a lot of things happened in this episode, and towards the end of episode 1, I was thinking to myself, like, you know, episode 1 was really good at, like, establishing this atmosphere, Violet as our character and everything, but then towards the end, there's just something missing for me. Like, there was, like, I wanted to see more, because like I got all this good stuff. Like, I like it. I like what I saw in episode 1, but there's not so much to go on so far. I was like, I need a new episode. I just need to see what happens next. Like, I need to have more like context for like my whole mind and thought processing of everything in this anime, right? And we got it. So a lot of stuff happens in the episode. For one, there's like a lot of character development with Violet and the new characters they introduced in this episode. The Auto Memoir Dolls team. So you have like I think one's name is Iris or Paris. I forget her name. You have like a new. Oh man, I don't remember. I'm sorry. The names are terrible for me. I'm sorry. And then you have the Glasses Girl, and then you have the boss, basically. So what happens? So she introduces them to the team, and it's like, oh, have you? And then she's trying to increase her experience with a typewriter. Of course, they show her how to use a typewriter, and they see her robotic arms and hands and everything, and they're just sort of like, you know, this kid was in the army, and she's hella younger than them. I think she's younger than them, right? Is Violet younger than them? It's a good question. I don't know, to be honest, but yeah. So essentially, she introduces them to the team, and then, you know, you have with that, you have her doing her job as an auto memoir doll. She's like watching her senpais or kohais or whatever, her other employees doing the work. So Violet, being herself, is being really strict and very strict on just like, you know, spelling. Oh, you spelled this wrong, or you said this, you mistyped this, is not what they wanted to say and stuff. She's just being Violet. And you know, towards the middle of the episode, you have her do her own job. She actually gets assigned to, or not assigned, but like she takes a job for someone who wants to make like a love letter or like a romance letter for someone, right? And Violet does not do her job. She screws up really bad, probably because the employee who hired her is really frustrated, and the one who received the letter is probably confused and probably sad because the letter got hella screwed over, in a sense, right? And you know, that's the thing with words, because they have a conversation about this in the episode middle towards the end, in the middle with the boss, right? Because words are like how do I put this? Words are like an infinite thing or something like that. Words are like a twist, like an infinite thing where like your words affect people a lot, and depending on the words you say and how you use them in context and everything, you know, it's sort of like complicated. That's really how I could say. I forgot the saying they said in the actual episode, but because they're in a cafe and stuff. But basically, you know, Violet, who in the beginning of the episode we saw her origin, how the Major Gilbert's brother picked her up and then gave him to him as a tool and only as a weapon. You're not to see this person as a person or a girl who has no mind. She's just a weapon and a tool, which is hella fucked up. Yeah, so Violet's not like your typical average girl. She, you know, all her life she's been trained as a weapon to fight in a war, and then now she's like doing this stuff, and she wants to learn what I love you means, and the expression and the emotion through that and this job, but she can't understand people. So it's just really like, I didn't expect her first job to go so well, to be honest. Unless you're copying word from word what the people are saying, then sure, be my guest. But no, they give you like, oh, I want to write a letter to this person, want it to be like this, and I want it to be sort of like this, but I don't want it to be like I'm saying this, but then I want it to be like you're saying that. I'm just like, what? That's my impersonation of their job, basically. But yeah, so then essentially with this conflict, right, it causes a lot of commotion in her job and her employees, because now they're just questioning, is like, can she really do this job? Like, I don't know why she joined and why is she suited for the job at all. But then, you know, there's a nice heart-to-heart moment with one of the employees, the Glasses Girl, and Violet, who, you know, those two. Violet's like super straightforward and doesn't really read into like emotion or anything like that. The Glasses Girl is pretty shy and reluctant, and the other employee, Iris or Paris, I forget her name, but it's one of those two, is super. It's pretty straightforward also, but then she can at least read into the situation and stuff. She's a rookie too, but she feels that Violet's not really suited for this job, and the glasses girl, you know, discovering Violet's origin of why she wanted to do this job, was like defending her, and I was like, no, I think she can do her job, don't fire her, please. And I was like, oh, that's really nice. It's really nice of her. And then we see her origin story and the origin of the typewriter that they used, right? And basically the typewriter was created because the wife that his husband had went blind, and she was an author. She would handwrite stuff, and then once she went blind, the husband created this typewriter so that she can continue writing even without, you know, seeing and stuff. But then, like, even so, like, typewriting with your eyes closed and you can't, or like if you're blind, it's really hard. I cannot type on a keyboard by myself if I had to guess every single button, but that's how it was created. And then essentially one of the stories really influenced the glasses girl to become an auto memoir doll. I'm just like, whoa, that's cool, like, I like it. And then towards the very end of the episode, that's where the big stuff hits, is where you have the two bosses talking together, one for the auto memoir dolls, and then the one that took in Violet. So then those two are talking together. Actually, you know, they got her brooch back, the emerald brooch, the one that Gilbert got, so that was really romantic. That was really good job for them. But basically, the big thing that we finally, I knew this myself for one, but the big thing that's confirmed in this episode is that the Major Gilbert's dead. Violet's the one that loved Violet, and the one that probably Violet really liked also, is dead. I had a feeling that he was probably dead, but then it's kind of weird because in the flashback, right, in the episode 1, you had freaking Violet with no arms, like lost her arms, bleeding out, and then you had the other Major who had all of his limbs and stuff, and she's bleeding into, but then Violet somehow survives. So I was like, there's some possibility, maybe small, that this guy's alive somehow, and he's just away from Violet so that she can live a normal life or something like that. But no, he's dead. Because they're talking about, like, oh, he was a good guy, he had good character, and he's never coming back. That's the title of this episode, I believe. But yeah, man, I was like, man, so he is dead, and, you know, it's so devastating because Violet is super, like, you know, like, still in love with him, or like probably still waiting for him because she's in the typewriter thing. She's like, oh, here's a report for Major Gilbert. Can you please deliver it to him? Here's my report of like me being here in this typewriter facility, and can you please send it to him? And then I'm just like, yo man, she's probably dead. He's probably dead, and that's probably like really sad. So my big question now is whether or not she will find out that he's dead, and what the consequence and action will be. So that's the big question I have. That's probably going to happen in the future of the series, the very, very, very future of the series. But ooh, I don't know what would happen if she learns this information. Would she freaking like go into a havoc and stuff, or go freaking like her mind just like mentally break down and stuff? I don't know, man. That would be pretty devastating for her once she finds out that the Major's dead. But that's something for another episode and for future videos. So anyways, episode 2. The animation in this episode was just really like top quality. Everything was great. And the characters, we got a little bit more character development and some confirmation of some dark things like Gilbert. But I think the growth of Violet is progressing really steadily, and they gave her some new fresh clothes and look and everything with the brooch too. I think that's the look from the PV and the visuals. I don't know, actually, I had to check that out myself. But yeah, Violet Evergarden. So Violet's growing just a little bit every single episode, getting to learn more about the characters and her interactions with the characters. I think next episode we're getting, like, she's gonna take a class for auto memoir dolls things, so typewriting and interpreting words and everything. So yeah, we'll see how that works. So anyways, that's it for Violet Evergarden episode 2. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys liked the episode, like the video, and what do you guys think about this episode? And the truth that the guy's dead, because that would be a huge blow. So what do you guys think that she'll find out is the question. And yeah, so I'll see you guys later. Take care, guys, and matane. See you guys for episode 3.